Simple. Welcome on the channel. From electronic point of view, the simplest solution for gauge and sensor from the electronic point of view, this is just two elements. Just resistor, in this case 1 kilo ohm, and LED diode, and that's it. Simply. Have some limitation, maybe even big, but works. Of course, we need some electrodes to take the signal from waste tank, water tank. Waste will be easier. Let's say something stainless steel. Why stainless steel, I tell you later. Something like screws, bolts, or I don't know, welding rods. Okay, let's set up something. From 12 volt around, like our van, and let's say we water. As you see, the LED starts light. Of course, it's simply two elements, but on the one channel we can use it simply in a waste tank, because usually we wanna know only if it's nearly full or not close to the full. So we have to use kind of electrodes which are mounted, let's say, in a top of the tank or on the side of the tank, but to tell the truth is same system work which we can buy somewhere. So what I can suggest, because of current flow, we have oxidation on these electrodes, so they cannot be made from standard like copper wire, something like that. We have to use something more resistant. What I suggest, we can just use such a screws, screw in the top of the tank. Let's say they are enough long so we get the information, so this tank is nearly full earlier, not when it will be totally full. We can use the bolts, but have to be stainless, even better, but it have to be stainless steel. If we so this is like a one information. Of course, have to be used like that. I prepared the diagram in a minute. So we have switch, and we switch on when we check in, or we switch on when we get the information. So it's LED starts lighting, means tank is nearly full, we switch off, so it's not a problem. So this simply schematic looks like that. So we have two electrodes inside the tank. One is powered from, doesn't matter, from battery. Second is just connected to LED with resistor. Probably without resistor will work also, and it's going through the switch to the minus of the battery. That's it, simply. One disadvantage of this is just current flow, and because this is like electrolyte, water is electrolysis, and it's oxidize our electrodes. For this reason we use stainless steel for it, just to limit, but anyway is like operate in standard solutions which we can buy in the shop. We check the level with push button, we switch on and we see is a LED lighting or not. Of course, in case of waste tank we can keep it switched on, and when we notice alarm we switch off, just to limit the oxidation on the electrodes. That's it. Of course, the second disadvantage of this is situation, so this LED is not too bright. So to make it brighter, unfortunately we have to add few elements more. But as you see, this LED is not bright, so let's try to modify this simply. Okay, and right now this transistor amplify this small current which flow through the water or waste tank, and what we get, this diode is much brighter. In case we want to use transistor to make it LED brighter, we have to use one resistor more and transistor, like let's say BC 546 or 547 or 548, doesn't make a difference in this. And right now in this case we have to keep the polarity of our supply, because this is more important. Of course, if you wanna build like a few channel water level gauge, we can use this single diode and simply just drill the hole and fit, or we can use something more fancy like a kind of bar graphs, so it gives us the vision of more advanced stuff. Of course, all this solution is quite simple and is for non-electronics at all. They can build it. If we wanna build something a bit more advanced, it's also possible and also will be quite simple. Okay, right now this sample of bit more advanced. Every more complicated component have something like a datasheet where we can find the basic application. This is like recipe for building some simple stuff, and here I built such a thing. And let's take a look how it works. Here is powered from 6.04, have to be from, let's say 7 will be safer. And on this voltmeter we have a signal from sensors. So how it works when the signal are higher. This one is breadboard is broken here. Okay, it works like that. So let's say we have not simply nice looking gauge. Of course, we can replace this component more fancy. So right now we have colored. Two bars is driven by bar. Like I said earlier, this is simply electronic wiring which can give us some information, and this is just one LED and one resistor, or one LED and two resistors if you want a brighter LED, plus switch, some wires, etc. Problem is in mechanical solution, how to solve, how to connect this to the tank, etc. So what I suggest, this is stainless steel screws or bolts for waste tank, and few pieces of welding rod for water tank. Of course, but to tell the truth, sometimes it's hard to buy such elements, because cost of postage can be higher than value of this element, because this is just pennies. Because I don't know if it's interesting or not interesting, so if anybody wants detailed description or like wiring diagram in more human way, just ask me in a comment and I do it, and not a problem. See you next time.